Uh-huh. Let's see. Okay. Well, we're going to try to make this work. One way or the other, we're going to try to make this work. Even though my cat is driving me completely crazy right now. And this is very interesting. Okay. All right then. All right then. I think we're okay here. All right. All righty. It is time to have some fun. It's time to delve. It's time to look at exactly what it is that we've been doing that is keeping us down so we can look at how we can get up. In fact, we can get all the way up without going down first. Did you know that? Amazing. It's amazing. Okay, I'm going to just get my hair out of my face here, and we'll get going with tarot and with talking about how different things like religion and social shoulds and all of that kind of thing tends to make us hold ourselves back, and it doesn't work for us. We don't do well with that kind of thing. Hi, Baba. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I'm trying to do two things at once. Oh, I guess you're leaving now. Okay, fine. No problem. Autumn Ray. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. All right. Hope you're doing well because, holidays. I think we should just stop doing the holidays. I think we should make the whole year the holiday. And then that means that the whole year we should be kinder to each other. Isn't that a nice idea? That's a really good idea. We'll just have the holidays be year round in terms of just spend the whole year being kind to each other. I think that would be fantastic. Hi, Death. Hi, honey. I haven't seen you in a while. Doubting Thomas. Good to see you. Oh, goodness. Some cards just came out for us. All right. This must be for the collective for the year to come. I've been drawing cards for people. Oh, dear. I did it again. I need a piece of paper. Here we go. Okay, good. This time I can do this right. Yesterday I started drawing cards for people in my TikTok live that I did for like 3 hours yesterday. And I didn't have a pen or anything to write it down with, but now I do. Okay, so here's a reading for the collective. 4 cards came out. Let me just tune in here. We've got a lot of wands going on here. We've got a lot of self that we have to tune into at this time. Not exactly a shock. Okay, not really a shock. We are going to get to the Queen of Wands. Okay, we're going to get to the Queen of Wands, which is somebody who she knows herself. She's very sensitive to who she is. She knows what's going on with herself. She knows that she doesn't have to be perfect. She knows she's not supposed to, so it's not even a striving. She knows that emotion is a place to go to understand what's going on with you, that it is actually your emotions are your sonar. It shows you where you're off kilter, where you're in tune, where you're not. It's very, very, very helpful stuff. My name's Lori. I'm with the Goodbye Good Girl Project. And I've got you TikTokers over here and YouTube's going over there, and we'll see what happens. But this is I pulled some cards for the collective, and we've got 3 wands cards and 1 swords card. So wands, in case you don't know, it's about us. It's about the self. It's about doing things in a way that that reflect your beliefs, your thoughts, your ideas. Okay. And this is what we're going for in this coming year. We are going for some mastery, for feminine understanding. And what we need in order to do this is we need to come together. We need to come together in small groups, okay? We need to come together in small and large groups. Please share this out for me if you would, guys. I would really appreciate that if you would share it out. And if you want to have me pull some cards for you or a card for you, please let me know. Okay, so we can't do this change. We're in an evolutionary change. Okay, we're in an evolutionary shift. And that means that we're going through something that we've never seen before. And it means that we have to find a way to do things. We have to find a different way to look at the goals. Kistaline, hi, honey. Mwah, mwah. So glad to see you. So glad to see you. And we're also starting again. Hello. I do not know how to pronounce the name of the lovely person who said teacher. I apologize. So Ace of Wands, we are stepping into a new way of being, everybody. We're stepping into a new way of being. And we'll talk about that as I go through this. Knight of Swords means that we're getting with it. We're getting with the program. We're starting to think. Hi, photography. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. My name's Lori. I'm with the Goodbye Good Girl Project, and I break rules. I break rules everywhere. I help other people break rules because we have followed the rules of, oh, thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. We followed the rules so often that what it does is it stops us. It keeps us from being self-determined, and that's not okay. So the Knight of Swords, Nini, hi, honey. Woohoo. This is cool. I've got Kistaline and Nini, and now I've got Snapped Photography. Cool to see you guys. Okay. Hello over here on YouTube. We're doing a little bit of a general reading for the collective. Hello. And if you would like me to pull a card for you, simply put that in the chat. Let me know. Okay. If anybody wants a private reading, what you can do is let me know that, because I've put that in the information on YouTube. Oh, thank you. Yay. Yay, Carrie. Thank you. Sure, Snap, you got it. God, and for once I actually have a pen and I can write stuff down. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm just like, what a crazy thing. Oh, thank you for lighting up perfume. That's just amazing. Wow. Okay, Knight of Swords for us. We've got all of these wands cards. We've got all of these cards that have to do with, in the coming year, we are starting again. We're starting anew. We're not going back and picking up where we left off. We are going to, if we want to really, really step into the new, if we want to consciously be not fighting the transformation, the evolution that is happening right now, then we should find small groups like this, or even if it becomes a big group. Yeah. And we've got to start finding people we can talk to in person and have weekly meetings and really start exploring these ideas of who can we be? Who do we want to be next? Because the way that this has all fallen out is, and when I say this has fallen out, I mean our country, the US, everything's fallen into a lot of disarray and a lot of cruelty and a lot of just stuff we could never have imagined would even be possible. And it's time to get a move on with who we are. But a card just popped out and it said, remind everybody that they need to do it from a place of kindness to the self, kindness to in seeing how we are, in seeing ourselves from a place of mercy. Aren't these cards gorgeous? I love these freaking cards. Just amazing. Okay, so snapped photography. You want a card. Okay, so what does snapped photography need? Did you get these same ones, Nini? Because these are so gorgeous. I'm just like absolutely blown away by these cards. Azure Arcana tarot deck. I mean, they're all blue. They're all this just like these rich blues and golds and it's just like, wow, what's happening here? All right. So we need something for snapped photography for this year. The energy I pick up, by the way, from you, I've got TikTok here and I've got YouTube there. The energy I pick up from you is marvelously quirky. They are pretty. I'm so happy with them. You got the metaphysical cannabis deck. Oh, I'd like to see what that looks like. That's very interesting. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Snapped photography, really, I just get this marvelous quirkiness in a great way, in a way of you just have so many types of creativity. So let me see what the cards want to give us for you. What Okay, well, all right. If you're going to be that way, we'll just use the cards you gave us. Okay. All righty. So, what you may be going through right now, you can tell me if this is accurate or not, is a sense of, is what I'm doing worth the money, or is it going to bring the money? Am I on a path that really is worth the effort? And I'll bet that what you've done is you've taken some time during the holiday season to decompress and just hang out, just like withdraw and sort of think about what's going on. If you have not done that, this is suggesting that would be a good thing to do. And that's interesting to me because okay, cool, awesome. Because that's what I've been doing pretty much the whole of December. Well, not really, but since the 11th. And I find that very challenging. I find it extremely challenging to walk into, and those are not the only two cards, we got two more. But I have found it challenging to say to myself, Lori, you can do whatever, is of interest to you. What the hell is it? And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to work hard. Well, if I don't have any structure, no good. Okay. In terms of your thoughts, it's telling me that it's quite likely that you're feeling kind of trapped. But I want you to look at this card and understand that this woman can just walk forward at any time. She's not really trapped. She's not really surrounded, except by thoughts. And those are powerful things, thoughts. We know this. But here's the thing. You know who you are. You know who you are. You have a very solid sense. And I think that what's happening for you is there is a need coming from within you to expand who you are, to become more than you've already been. And that is a beautiful thing and a courageous thing to go looking for, because it upsets apple carts inside of us. It upsets apple carts in our heads. It makes us ask questions that we might not even have answers for, right? So let me pull another card for you, Snap. And oh my God, these cards want to talk to you. Okay, can I just say they fell on the floor? Hold on, guys. So I just want to know. I want to pull something for you that allows us to see if there's any guidance for you as far as moving forward. Okay. Okay. Because I know from personal experience how challenging it is. Okay. And I think one of the biggest challenges is to not make it a big challenge, which is interesting. Like Um yeah, it's extremely important to okay, so here's what my therapist just told me. Not this second, but earlier. She said, "Let me remind you of process. Let me remind you of the fact of process. You really have got to, thank you, Katie Rose. Um, you really have got to let yourself understand the unfolding. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, my hair is crazy, but that's okay. We're all a little crazy right now. Um, all right, so let's see. What is some guidance for snapped photography right now? What is the thing to focus on, to be aware of, to move this train forward, whatever that means, whether that's internal or external. Enjoy yourself. That's what it's saying. That's exactly what I got this morning was it's really I got a balance of things. Um Balancing the what keeps me moving forward. So having a little bit of structure, but not the kind of structure that makes you feel like you're hemmed in, right? Not the kind of structure that makes you go, God, I have to work too hard. I don't want to, and this is crazy, and it's making me nuts. Really, if there's a way in which you can enjoy yourself, it's so important. Um, because it gives you relief, and when you have that relief in your nervous system and in your mind, um, really cool stuff starts to come in. The other thing that card can mean for you is that you need to find something more fun. You might be looking for something that's more fun to do. You might be looking for a change in that way. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah. So welcome, you guys. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm just really grateful that you come and spend time with me. It's lovely. I'm Lori. I'm with the Goodbye Good Girl Project, and I believe in massive freedom. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Yay. Because you never know, right? It's like the cards are uncanny, but amazing. Um, we need, thank you. Oh, I love that. Hey, we need women leaders. I absolutely love your mission because I'm helping women leaders speak up, become aware of their feminine strengths, not look for permission or approval, and just do the thing, right? And if you'd like to join me on here, we could do that. We could have a little conversation up in here. You just let me know if you want to do that. So, does anybody else want a card? What I'm talking about today, while I'm drawing cards for people, and thank you. Please share this out so that the FYP gets a gander. Beth, you would like a card? Excellent. Okay. Excellent. I always feel like I'm what's his name in Mr. Burns. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Beth and May. Okie dokie. And if anybody wants to have a private reading, oh, here's Dr. Christie. Hey, hey. Good to see you, Dr. Christie. Hope you're well. If anybody wants a private reading, just go to my website, goodbyegoodgirl.com, and look for the tarot in one of the drop downs, and you can schedule a session. I'd love Glow. You've got it, babe. Good to see you. All righty. So this is for Beth. Let's get a card for Beth. What we're looking at, and here I have YouTube. If anybody over here wants a card drawn, please just put that information in the chat and I'll draw a card for you. Okay? Cool. It's funny. Sometimes you talk directly to people and they go. They're like, don't notice me. Don't notice what's going on. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Um, all right, all right. So Beth, interesting. Beth, do you by any chance have either somebody or some situation around you that is kind of, it's either hemming you in and making you feel too restricted, or what? Trying to feel into this. Um This suggests that you are in a situation that this is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant always, thank you, Nini, always talks about the rules, and rules can be great if they're helpful, if they give you the guide rails that you need to move forward. But if they hem you in too much, they can make you feel pretty crazy, right? They can make you feel pretty bad. Oh, Janine, hi. That's wonderful. That is that makes me so happy. Yeah, it just felt so clear and obvious to me. You're just going to be fine. Tired of being alone, Littlerd? Yeah. Do you really? Wow. Um so you do, Beth, you do get that card all the time? Sure. Here, and we've got this other card that came out, and this one is the 4 of Cups. Now this one is about, you've been disappointed a lot and you are hoping for something else, but you get in your head about it. You get um into thinking, well, this will never work, like I've tried and I've tried, and why should I keep trying? So the traditional this card traditionally has a hand coming out of the heavens, handing the 4th cup, and yet the person on the ground is not looking, is going, never mind, I know it'll never work. Now I know that one too. So if you are feeling that kind of exhaustion, as so many of us are for so many different reasons, um, then the work for you is to take your worldview, and we'll pretend it's this big just because this is how I can indicate it, and see if you can open your worldview just by this much, right? It's not that much. It's like a percent, right? It's like 1%. How do you do that? How you do that is you find a way to admit to yourself that you do not know what's going to happen, and that truth includes good stuff. Like, it's possible. You really embrace the word possibility. Kristen, thank you for sharing the live. Please, everybody, share it out. I appreciate you so much. Um, so, in order to open from certainty to, um, yes, I have you down, Littler, but you're third in line, my love. So hang in there. Um, Thanks, Janine. So the way to open this, we have to open our energy. Okay, we have to open up. We cannot. You're welcome. We cannot be certain, like rock hard certain of something, that it will not happen, and then it happens. Like, and this is where a lot of us get stuck. Does that make sense, Beth? So let me get another card for you and see if there's anything else that the tarot wants to tell you. Okay, let's see. Okay, here comes one. Okay, So, like everybody, actually, although not everybody's aware of it, we are all stepping into a new self. We are stepping into a new self. Okay. What the heck does that mean, Lori? That sounds very mysterious. It is very mysterious. Hi, Mar. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. What it means is we've got to, I mean, you've seen in the US, we've seen our country fall apart. And if we look at it from a personal, human only standpoint, we lose our tiny little minds, right? And we go, what the hell is going on? And we're upset. People have been, oh, you're welcome. People have been disappeared. And okay, so Beth, don't try to change to your best self. Try to change to your, because like, you know what that says to me is that when I'm trying to change to my best self, it says to me I have to take like 1,000 steps, right? I have to instantly go from where I'm judging myself as being, and then I have to immediately be fabulous in my own eyes. And I'm like, something that I learned, powerful, powerful lesson that I've learned, um, is that the most power that we can give ourselves is in very, very small steps. Tiny, tiny steps. This is actually the feminine, but it doesn't mean the feminine is small. If you think of the atom, right? Split the atom and you can destroy people with a bomb. Small as we can't even see an atom with our regular eyes. It's huge power. That's what has power. If you can take a small step forward in allowing yourself some mercy, allowing yourself some kindness. It may sound like, oh my God, this is impossible. It may sound like that, and I understand. I've gone through so much tough stuff, from homelessness to being broken physically, emotionally, clinical depression I used to have. Healed myself of it with these small steps. So what I'm telling you is not just a nice idea. It's something that I've been working with ever since I cured the clinical part of the depression. And then when I get into a mood that I don't like, I know how to start working with it to shift it permanently. Not just, okay, I'll feel good for a little while and then go back to my normal self. I am not the normal self I used to be. So I offer you this perspective, Beth. It may or may not, align with you. But I also do have a free course called Do the Impossible. And it's about how I took small steps. It's linked to the emotional and to energy. And if anybody wants the free course, just DM me. I still have not figured out, for the life of me, how to put anything into this chat here on my phone for TikTok. I don't know what the heck's going on. So if anybody wants to educate me, please DM me and tell me. Because I'm like, what? Okay. So who's next? May. May is next. Miss May. Oh, Miss May. Do you like the summertime, May? I just got, hello. I've tuned into you a little and I was just like, summertime. Okay, somewhat. If I'm next to a pool or an ocean, I'm good. Otherwise, put me next to an air conditioner. That's my uneasy relationship with summer. Okay, so maybe since you're not a huge summer baby, it sounds like, then maybe what I'm about to tell you or share with you is going to help you this summer. Hey, hey, Regina. Hello, hello. Do you guys know how much power you have? Do you know? I mean, have you even suspected how much power you have? I'm telling you. And you know where it is? It's in the feminine. So even if you're a guy, it's in the feminine. Well, there you go. Oh my God, that's really interesting. Okay. Let me okay, so I will tell you how powerful you are, but give me a second. I want to work with May here first. Okay. And if anybody on YouTube wants to have a reading, just put it in chat. We'll make it happen. Okay, because this is all about freedom. My name's Lori. I'm with the Goodbye Good Girl Project. And if you want to be different, if you want to have a different life, you have to be different. Because it all comes from you. That's your power. Okay. All righty. May. What does May need? What does May need? Okay, so we got a couple of cards here. One is the Six of Swords. And this is confirming what you are feeling, that there's something else going on. There's something more that's coming, that you're leaving one shore for another shore. So that's good. This could be this could be either an amazing boss. It doesn't have to be a man, but somebody who really understands and feels their emotions and will understand yours, will not shame you for being feminine in that way. Or it could be a partner coming in, but I'm not sure. I'm going to pull another card for this, just to be sure and see if anything shows either way, to be more exact. Okay, so what is the deal? Is this, I got this card upside down. There we go. Put it the right way. Let's see. Where are we going? Okay, what is this big change about? Is this about emotion or situation? Is this about partnership or situation? What's happening? It's about freedom from a bad situation, or first from a situation that at least feels bad to you. So the change that's coming for you, that you are feeling, um, your name is Yuli. Nice to meet you, Yuli, or Uli. I'm not sure which way you say it, but nice to meet you. Um, so you're in a situation that it's not like a horrendous situation. It's not like you're being beaten or anything like that. But what it is something that, even though it's not killing you, it's kind of killing you. You're like, let me get out of this. Uli, okay. Um, Understand that. Okay, so what I want to say to you is that when we're stuck in situations that feel not so great, we can tend to feel either upset. Oh, hey, hi, Juanita. Hi, Juanita. So glad you're here. Thank you. Let me know if you'd like me to pull a card for you. Okay, I'll put you in my list here. Um, it goes for anybody, anywhere. We can tend to feel extremely bitter, upset with people that we think are holding us back, or who are holding us back, right? I mean, that can be a real thing. And we can also be very upset with ourselves. We can hold ourselves to a standard that it's just, we're so mean to ourselves. Sure, I'll put you on my list, Regina. And Juanita, absolutely. Oh, thank you. Juanita over here says, um, I love coming out and supporting others. You're both working on yourselves. Well, that's an extraordinary thing. That's an extraordinary thing, May. Because I was in a long-term relationship with a guy where he did not want to work on himself. He was very, very afraid of the whole thing. So good for you. All righty. So, oh, it doesn't feel romantic. Oh, okay. So that's why the swords card where it feels like you're trapped. Um, oh, your guy didn't either, Juanita? Yeah. Yeah. Um, uh, sorry. So, the deal is the only way that we can transform truly that I've ever found, and it's really powerful, is to hmm, you've got me on both. um, is to work with our emotional self. Why is that? Why is the emotional self where we want to go? It's because it's emotions are energy. Emotions are energy in motion. This is physics, you guys, as well as metaphysics. It's just the deal. It's just that's what's going on. Okay. So when you are in a depression, as I was for decades, your energy is very slow and sluggish. And you're sitting there going, but I'm such a good person. Why can't I attract some great stuff? And it's because you are putting out an energy that is not aligning with the energy that you want to have. Now, does that mean that now you have to run out and become aligned with this tomorrow or nothing's going to happen for you? No, it does not. It means that you have to understand, first of all, the concept that we are energy and that we have the ability to shift it by tiny, tiny amounts. Yeah, no. Juanita's asking if we're, like, should we be bubbly all the time? You don't think it has to do with your marriage? Okay, cool. Okay. 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 Thanks for clarifying. Hey, Paint Slayer. I love that. I always think of that movie. What is that movie? The second movie of the Incredibles. Absolutely, Mary Beth. I'll put you on my list here. Okay, let's move on to glow. Hey ya. Hey ya, Paint Slayer. I am the Paint Slayer. The creator. The creative. The one who makes things beautiful. Actually, it was glow next, Uli, and I will be with you in a minute. Okay, glow. Here we go. Let's see. There's a good question over here on YouTube. Why do we have such a hard time seeing the best in ourselves? And it is a very, very deep question, actually, I find, don't you? I mean, why is that so dang hard? You can go up to anybody and go, God, I love your dress. Or, wow, your shoes are awesome. Or, that was a nice thing you did for that person. Right. But do we do that for ourselves? Do we say to ourselves, wow, wow, self, that was really awesome. That was very nice of you. I like that about myself. We need to do this. We need to start to give ourselves this gift. And that's what I mean by the only way to change is cinephile. I am. I am. I am. I'll put you on the list if you like. Let me know. And please share out. Please share this out to everybody. I would love it. Okay, let's see. Cinephile, put you on my list. Okay. I feel so accomplished, you guys, just by having, for the first time, an actual, pad of paper and a pen here. I'm always going, I got to remember the names. And no, I don't think so. That's not happening. Okay, so glow. What's glow need? Feels like glow is profound today and needs some kind of a lift. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Uli. Oh, okay, a card came out. That must be for glow. So we'll start with this. Oh, the King of Cups seems to be hanging around today, y'all. So let me pull another card because we have to have some context. Okay, King of Cups. Yes, and Knight of Pentacles. Huh. Alrighty. Well, because I have the Knight of Pentacles, and this is the only knight in the deck that is not in movement. This is the knight that um, that is a strategist, that is gathering his forces, gathering his thoughts, gathering his ideas um, before getting into movement. And King of Cups. I'm not getting a clear read on you, Glow. If you're still here, um, let me know if this King of Cups is about you needing to claim your, okay, great, needing to claim your knowledge of yourself, your kindest like knowledge of yourself, or is this possibly somebody else that you're sort of waiting on before moving forward to connect with? I'm going to pull a third card because I'm just not clear. Juanita says it's claim your power. I have a feeling, Juanita, you're a reader too. You broke your leg this summer, spending winter recovering and thinking out what's next. Well, that's very practical. I like it. Thank you for sharing that. So in that case, oh, you practice along with me? That's so cool. Yeah, that's what I do with other people too. I love it. Yeah. Um, as your bone heals, as your leg heals, please remember to to really honor what you love. What, not who you love, but necessarily, but what you love. What do you want to do next? This for my money anyway is really tough. Requires a lot of allowing instead of pushing. It requires being really honest with oneself, right? But let's see if there's any information about like even the flavor of what's coming next. Thanks, Dr. Christie. What's the flavor of what's coming next for Glow? Well, pleasure. Just be aware, because this card is, can be um gotcha. This card can be about overdoing having fun. And it can also be about um moving too quickly, I think. You're having a painful healing. All right, well, I've been through a number of painful healings, so I understand. In fact, one was so ridiculous, I wrote a frickin' book about it because the doctors don't tell you what you need to hear. Like the surgeons and stuff, they don't tell you what you really need to know about the emotional aspect and all the other stuff. So, um, one thing I would be aware of is, thanks, Mary Beth. Yeah, it's when we're in a lot of pain and we're like, I am so done because it's been months or it's been years or it's been what, we can have a tendency to run out the door, so to speak, to just run out and go on. Whatever it is I do, it's at least going to be different, and I'm happy with that. And I think the cards are telling you that getting a sense of who you really are, who, like, in a kind of a fierce way of like, this is who I am. Whether or not you think you can find the next step to live that out loud, still be fierce about claiming it and knowing who you are. That's where it all starts. Thanks, CV. Yeah, that's where it all starts. Because everything, and goes back to the power thing. We are powerful and we don't tend to know it. So let me tell you, your emotions, right? We were talking about that. Emotion is energy in motion. All right. So if you are having an emotion that is really slow and really kind of gnarly, it's kind of like, oh, God, then the work is to feel that feeling, feel the aspects of it, because it's not just one thing and it's not necessarily an emotion. It may just feel like a thing. It may feel like ugh, or it may feel like ah, right? Like it could just feel like that. And you want to feel everything, explore everything you can about it, like a scientist. Like, oh, I feel that this place in my body, or I hear these words when I do this. Yeah, it can feel like walking through quicksand. Absolutely sluggish. Yep. And so you might be thinking, well, how the hell do I take that energy? What good does it do me to look at it? I already feel it, right? So what the hell else am I supposed to do with it? And what you do is imagine that you're at a party. This is how I explain it. This is how I do it to give a good understanding. You are at a party and you have let in somebody knocked at the door, and it was Miss Depression, or it was Miss Sluggishness, or it was Miss, you know, self-doubt. Whoever it is, she's now in your part. She's at your party. Now, just that's not where you stop, but even just there, what you're doing is you're giving yourself a little bit of oxygen between your identity and that feeling. And that's important because we tend to think that our feelings are our identity and that they can't be shifted in. That's actually not true. Okay. So now you've got these two people at the party, you and Miss Sluggish. Yeah, it's about awareness. Exactly, Juanita. So there you are. That's definitely true glow. I mean, this is exactly what my God, the last week I was like doing zippity doo dah. Seriously, just about nothing. And then feeling bad about it. And my therapist reminded me, she said, first she said, what would you like to do? How would you like to be? Thank you, Donna Jean. And I was like, I would like to feel curious. I would like to feel excited. I would like to feel like at ease. Okay. So pick one of those to start with and invite them to your party. How does it feel? Here comes at ease. You know, when at ease comes into my party, my mental party, my body party, I can feel I sit back, I can feel myself stop doing, this sort of like, oh, I got to be there, I've got to make it happen. Right? Because that's my set point. My normal set point is like, let's go. And I've been learning balance. So glow, ask yourself what you would like to feel this week. Because the other thing we do is we go, well, I need to get to a goal. I need to know what the answer is. Like, I need to know exactly what I'm doing next. That's where this head goes. And we've got to allow ourselves to be in the not knowing. Oh my God, this is driving me. My hair is driving me crazy. This is driving me, everything's driving me crazy, except you guys. So taking a small step, is really powerful. Why is that? Why would a small step be more powerful than like going for the whole enchilada? It's because we don't really know where we're going. I mean, sometimes we do, like if you know, like let's say you're 14 and you're like, I've always wanted to be a doctor. So you know where you're going. But most of us don't have that. And there's always a place in our lives where everything falls apart and we go, God, what do I do next? Where do I go? What do I want? What do I do? Yeah. So just one thing, bring one other person to that party. Now let's say that the person you bring to your party is not Miss Ecstasy or Miss Delight, but it's Miss Relief. She just feels she's chill. Feel that. Use your emotional body, feel that. And understand that what is happening is that you are actually shifting, you're actually transforming the energy right at the core. You're actually transforming the grooves in your brain. It's phenomenal. And yeah, if you can come into the moment and just enjoy where you are or appreciate where you are or be kind with where you are, then this is good stuff. Hey, Julie Long. Hello, hello. Welcome to the party. We got several parties going on here. So, in other words, don't panic. Panic is the worst. It will come to you. Hold it like you're an investigator, and you're just sort of like going through different parts of your life, and then answers come. And they won't come. It won't be like a big download of like, ta-da. I mean, if it is, great, fabulous, but don't. I'll put you on my list, babe. Julie Long. How long have I been doing that? Okay. Let me know how it goes, Glow. Um, I've been doing tarot. I've been interested in tarot and buying tarot decks for a good 30 years, something like that. And I only started reading like live on TikTok and YouTube and stuff about 6 months ago. So that's the deal there. Okay. Uli, you want to know if you're going to have a partner. Now, we'll see what the tarot says, babe, okay? Because a lot of times my stuff is not predictive. It's more about it's how we get out of our own way. It's how we stay in allowing and receiving. I'm telling you, the feminine aspect of who we are, it's been so shamed and done away with, and all of this stuff. And the practice of allowing information, allowing insight, allowing yourself to not do. Interpretation is everything. Yeah, and that's exactly. You have a lot of things going on. Okay. You would like to move to a different country. That would be scary. I think anybody would think that was scary. Okay, but is that what you want to know about, or did you want to know if you're going to be alone? Okay. Let me answer the first one. Let's look at, are you going to have company? Okay. All right. All right. All right. The cards went, enough. You've shuffled enough. I'm like, okay, okay. It looks like you will, or you will have a chance to try it out, right? You'll be able to try it out, But, or I maybe should say, and make sure that you know what your boundaries are. It is very easy to become infatuated with somebody, to see the parts of yourself that are fantastic in another person, um, and kind of give everything else away. I did that with a long distance relationship. And the Hierophant is about the rules, it's about the structure of something. So let's pull just one more card. Very, very, very cautious. Okay. Well, what does Uli need to know further? Stick with your intuition. Okay. Stick with your intuition and stick with the feminine. Um, don't let yourself. There's cautious, which can be from the masculine side of the brain, which is the left side of the left hemisphere. And it's very, it's like the soldier, and it's very determined, and all of that. But there's another kind of protectiveness from the right side of the brain, from the feminine side of the brain. And that's listening to what is being said by your own self. Not keeping people out who need to be let in, but just being aware that there's a lot of beauty to allow in from inside. Um, yeah. Also, I would not move to another country for a person. I think that's an extremely risky proposition, if that's what you're talking about. Um, yeah, and so when we are in a situation where we've had relationships and they've really bombed, the work is not on another relationship. The work is on us. The work is us. How can I like myself? Can I trust myself? Can I love myself? Can I get to know myself? Regina is next. CV, did you? I don't. Getting people mixed. I want to move for me. Oh no, I wasn't getting people mixed. Yeah. Um, Center it all in how you feel. Center it all in how you feel. Okay. Not just what you think about it. We can talk ourselves into just about anything. Okie dokie. Regina, is Regina still here? I'm sorry this is taking a while, but I'm just like taking my time with stuff. You're here. Hi. Hi, hi. Oh, you want that card? Okay, no problem. Wow. Okay, that card is really, really bright in my mind. So I got the Page of Swords for Miss Regina here. Page of Swords. This is, have you started on a new course of learning, or have you started working on a different way of thinking or approaching things? That seems to suggest that to me. And if that's it, it would make sense of this card, the Five of Wands, which is anytime we start working on something new, it sort of throws everything. Okay, it throws everything up in the air in our personality, and then we have to like reorient. We have to go, okay, wait a second. Who am I again? We have to go to that place. So let me get another card to see. So it would intimate that you're struggling right now, but it is a struggle worth taking. Okay. It's a struggle that's a good struggle because you're evolving, and that's everything. Okay. And this cup keeps coming up for all you guys. Don't forget to give yourself downtime. Don't forget to give yourself some relief, guys. Yeah, I know, Regina. Boy, do I know. Yeah. Um, and that's where that I have an insanely busy mind. Um, and so I've had to do quite a lot of work to get to a place where I'm not totally lost in space. Right. Um, Kindness and compassion to ourselves, as hard as that is to even imagine sometimes, um, is very, very powerful. Very. You're a Cancer, Juanita. I have Cancer rising. I'm a Capricorn with Cancer rising. So I'm a couple of complete opposites because apparently uh, in the astrology chart, Cancer's here and Capricorn's here. Completely opposite. That's me. I've had to negotiate and mediate for my among the parts of myself. Okay. So, Regina, the the thing for you is, since your mind is busy and you are extremely um, struggling right now, is to distract yourself, find things to do now and again that are fun. They don't have to be like the most fun you ever had in your life, but something to do that gives you some rest. And notice how it changes the nature of your mind. Notice how it changes the nature of your emotion, and start to become aware that you actually do have more power than you think you do, because you do. But you think your journals are exhausted. I want to recommend that you go listen to Abraham Hicks on YouTube. Abraham Hicks is a big, big part of the emphasis for what I do and for how I healed a big part of me. And it's the focus on the emotion. Um, and uh, yeah, look up Abraham Hicks. What's the word? Rampage, busy mind. See what comes up. Oh, that's sweet, Julie. I love it. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's going to be the best thing for you, is to listen to that. Listen to any of the rampages. I know rampage sounds like anger, but in Abraham Hicks' world, it is like rampages of forgiveness, rampages of appreciation, rampages of self-love, and it raises your energy. I think you will find it helpful. At least I do hope so. Okay, Juanita. Hello. Juanita's here because she's doing some awesome chatting up in here. All right, Miss Juanita. She goes, here, I'm here. All right, let me see here. Juanita, what does Juanita need to focus on in this new year? You are very welcome, Regina. What does Regina need? I mean, not Regina, sorry, Juanita. What does Juanita need? God, I'm hearing be still, for what that's worth. Well, that might make sense. So what I got for you is the ten of wands, and this is when you're just carrying too much. I mean, that card couldn't be any clearer, right? So just carrying so much, um, and when we are carrying that much, it's either that we're carrying other people's stuff as well, or that we are worrying about things that The worry doesn't actually help. Um, but I also have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords has to do with betrayal. So, I mean, that's one of the things it can mean. So it could be that somebody has walked away from you unexpectedly, or I really do get a sense of loss here. Um, and I think maybe you've responded to it by doing the work. If you're a Cancer, you are extremely emotional. Chances are great that you're very emotional. Um, and I consider that a gift, but it's one you have to learn how to deal with. I think people left who I was going to be reading for. So let me just pull one more card for you, Juanita. Marianne. Marianne. Okay, this is for Juanita. What does she need? What does she need? You need to be still. Okay. Okay. Abigail, hi. Hey, Red. Good to see you. Yeah, this is that card about, this is great. This is telling you that you're doing exactly the right thing. Sure, I see. Um, Thank you. Me too. I just bought it for myself for my birthday. So for now, it seems like, yeah, and allow, as you allow yourself to release these people, allow yourself to receive you. Whatever space they took up in front of your self-awareness, allow that space to clear, and let yourself see and receive who you are, because that's a big deal. Yeah, it's about clearing. And yeah, I know. Yes, ma'am. I know lots of different kinds of healers that work with energy and stuff like that. So that resonates. I'm so glad. That's great. Okay, Mary Beth. Is Mary Beth still here? Mary Beth, are you still here? And Cinephile, are you still here? Because if you're not, I'll just move right along. I'll move right along. Who's here? Here, Mary Beth is here. Okay, thank you. Okay, Mary Beth, got you. She's over here on my YouTube. All right, Mary Beth. This is so cool, y'all, because here's the thing. We're coming to the end of a 9 year. Do you know the numerology stuff? How you take a number and you boil it down. So 2025 is 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, right? And that makes a 9. 9 years are turbulent years. Yeah? Turbulent. And we've seen that. We've been living it. And it's messed with our, yeah, it's messed with our nervous system, it's messed with our sense of reality, it's messed with our ability to even believe what the hell's going on. I mean, it's insanity. It's so far from just a normal sort of like, oh, I just, oh, this is unbelievable. This is beyond unbelievable what's been going on. But we're moving into a 1 year, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6, which makes 10. And since it's not an 11, 11 is a special one. 11, 22, 33, those are special. Your comment was removed. I don't know why, Abigail. Strange. Okay. Um, we're moving into a 1 year. 10 is 1 plus 0. So that's a 1 year. It means a new beginning. Now that you can imagine, there have been other 1 years in history, right? Right? There have been other 1 years. Ending leads to new possibilities. That's exactly why this is how I see it, and it helps me a great deal. I think that what's been going on is had needed to happen. I think that as a collective, we humans have not been very smart. Okay, let me pull a sec. I have a card for you, Mary Beth, but I'm just wanting to pull a second card, maybe even a third. Okay, the third. Okay, all right. Well, you're headed towards. Hmm, the word notoriety comes to mind, but I don't know that that actually means that you'll be like on the news or something. Um, but the last card is the star card, and it's where you let yourself be seen. You're just like, yep, here is where I am. Um, but where you are right now seems to be in some worry. You seem to be worried about something. And it even potentially keeps you awake. And it's no fun. It's just no fun at all. Um, so the solution is that is offered here is the moon card. Is the moon card. You got two other people before you, I see. Um, and the moon card has to do with what's under the surface. It has to do with what we tend to call the unconscious or the subconscious, but I have a very different way of looking at the subconscious because I don't think anything is really so sub that we can't at least touch the hem of it. But we don't generally hold our feet to the fire. We don't generally go, well, tell me, what are you feeling? We go, I don't know. And we let it go. And if I told you, Mary Beth, that in the middle of your worry, you could actually bring something else to the party. You could actually bring in the remembering and feeling the feeling of something that is more pleasant. That's already happened. It's nothing you have to move towards. It's nothing you have to become or create. But like, the light, how the light reflects on the water in a pool is one of mine. Like that just makes me feel clean. I just feel clean. And you can literally shift that worry. The other way you can do it is, let's say you're worried about an animal. I don't know what you're worried about, but like you're worried about this animal, you're worried that they're not going to get better. And you can also do something called practicing the presence. You can say, in the midst of this nightmare, the spirit is still here. The spirit of health is still existent in the world. It is still here. And I feel what that feels like. I sense what that feels like. We're not used to understanding that our strength is energetic, not physical, but it's true. So to get from here to here, where am I? There you go. To get from worry to here's what's up, here's who I am, here's what's going on, and I'm good with it. I'm at peace with it. I know exactly what I'm doing is going to be a little bit of a mystery journey for you. But if you anchor it in emotion and intuition, maybe you love that? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So if you anchor it in like meditations, whether they're guided or they're silent meditations, or you're meditating to music, that'll help you. That'll help you. This is extraordinary to me, you guys. I remain completely just astonished that the cards are they do what they do, and that I just like, what is happening? Whew. Okay, cinephile, you still here, babe? I love movies. I'm also a professional actor when I find a place to act. Yeah, hey, guys, thank you. God, we've got 11,000 likes over here on TikTok. Yowza. We've got 2 on YouTube because that's all they let you. Only let you, hit the like thing. You're welcome, Mary Beth. It's my pleasure. Cinephile, are you here? Are you here, or did you leave? I think Cinephile might have left. Might have left. So let's move on to Julie Long. Julie, are you still here? Is Miss Julie here? And Cinephile, if you are here, speak up. Hey, Julie. Awesome. Okay. So let me read for you, Julie. And then we've got Icy, and then Icy's girlfriend. Icy, are you still here too? Oh my God, I shouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of worrying going on in our country right now. Okay, great. Okay, we've got 2 cards. So we just saw this card. This is the worry card, right? So, Julie, this would suggest that you too are worried about something. I mean, living in this country, it's easy to pick something to worry about right now, but it can also be personal stuff. Um, and this card, the Hermit card, really is about taking time um, to take time to come into yourself. Take time to disconnect from the hurry of the worry. Does that make sense? Like, there's something about worry where we want the solution now. We want it now. Like, I can't deal. Yeah, right. Like, we want the answer freaking now. But here's the thing. The answers, the real answers, the answers that are satisfying, the answers that build. Yeah, the Hermit in particular. And it doesn't mean you have to stay away from people. It's not like a warning to don't be with people. But it is like, give yourself sacred time. If you're an artist, do some drawing. If you are a writer, do some writing. If you are, yeah, okay. Because so often for me, it is when it's very hard to be patient, Juanita. Yeah. Um, I get really, I mean, I am used to pushing. I'm used to using that masculine side of the brain. I'm just used to that. And it landed me homeless in my 50s. All of that hard work landed me into homelessness because I didn't have the balance, and I didn't have the feminine on, on high. I didn't have the on switch on. And I didn't understand that my energy goes out and does other stuff for me that I can't do just by my sheer will. I mean, I'm in the most remarkable situation right now with a contract job that I'm doing. It's either going to turn into a high. Oh, thank you very much, Juanita. Wow. Thank you. She said I'm a great tarot reader. Oh my God. Thank you for saying that. Make my day. Make my week. But I'm in this temporary job, but it's either going to become a permanent temporary job, or it's going to become a consulting job, or they're going to pay me Yes, I do. Thank you, Juanita. She says, I need some love too. I sure do. I sure do. Um, and that all came because I decided that it was enough already. I had tried enough for 17 lifetimes. Nothing was working. I'd looked for work. I'd looked for this. I'd looked for the, tried to start a business, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, screw it. I cannot. Screw it. And I sat back in this very chair and went, whatever, whatever. I'm just going to, I know that the divine is always here. So, and then the phone rang and it was the temp service. And they said, you know that place you worked earlier in the year? I said, yeah. Well, they have a new boss now. She'd like to interview you. I'm like, great. Best boss I've ever had in my life. And yeah, getting some money coming in. So not bad. Not bad at all. Um, I'm aware I did not pull a third card for you, Julie. So I'm going to do that. Get together with some people where you can have like a weekly dinner or a weekly lunch and talk about the stuff that has to do with, you know, allowing allowing it'll take you further if you're with people, other people. It'll take you much further. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Icy, I think Icy is probably still here. That was the 3 of Wands. I just mixed it back in so I can't show it to you. But it's the 3 of Wands. Okay. Icy goes, yeah, yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Loretta. Somebody used to call me Loretta. The first card was the worry card. It was the what was that? Was it the 10 of Swords? No, not the 10 of Swords. It was, God, I think it's the 5 or 6 of Swords. I can't remember. Okay, so Icy. Icy needs something. Sorry, Julie. Icy, I'm picking up a kind of an urgency around your energy. Like there's something important going on for you that you're feeling like a little bit breathless. Like, bring me the answer for the love of God. So I've got a couple cards here for you. The 4 of Cups. This one came up earlier too. I don't know if you were here for it. But traditionally, what this card is about is you are going to receive an offer. You're going to receive some kind of something that really does please you. It emotionally, you're so welcome. It emotionally impacts you in a positive way. But the caution in this card is be on the lookout and don't turn it down. Even if it's something that you're not quite sure about, give it a shot. Give it a shot because you can always walk away. Now, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling is from this card, the 5 of Cups. Um, Fives are always struggle. Fives in the tarot are always struggle. It doesn't mean a negative thing necessarily, but the way the tarot cards work, it's like, ones are starting. 2 is like, oh, I have to make a choice about which direction I want to go. 3 is I'm putting together some forward movement. 4 is like I'm starting to get some legs under this, and 5 is like, oh crap, I'm at another growth point. So it kind of goes on like that. And I'm feeling like you might be struggling right now with, oh, thank you so much, Janine. I do have Venmo. Oh, she asked if she could donate. Yes, please. That'd be great. Oh my God, you're lovely. I'll get you that in a minute. Um, let's see. Yeah, and if anybody wants a full reading, go to goodbyegoodgirl.com and look for the tarot drop down. Oh, I don't have it on my website, but I should. You're right. I'll have to find the actual name in here in my phone and then I can tell you. Um, you can also PayPal me. Um, and use Goodbye Good Girl Project, but be careful, it's not Goodbye Girl. It's Goodbye Good Girl Project at Gmail. And you can use that. Four of Cups, sorry, Five of Cups. So what I was feeling for you, Icy, is that there really is, I get that same feeling of like urgency of, it's very, and it's like a panic feeling. Um, and what I'm getting is you're feeling like you're caught in a sort of speed trap. Like I got to get there. I got to get there. And and it's not really real because you're also in an energy of supply. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen is she knows the feeling of abundance. And we are all the things we seek. We are abundance. We are worth. We are love. We're made of all that stuff. Um, and this can be tough, especially if we have our masculine more fully developed. Like mine was just like that's the only place I pretty much lived was in the masculine. Planning and needing to make things happen um, but you have so much available to you and it's that energy that brings in it's like a birth and it's because this is pentacles. This means supply. It means what you need you have at your disposal. So as somebody who used to have to me I used to have panic attacks. um, I can tell you it's magic when you can give yourself a moment of decompression. Um, and it as with any kind of healing, it's a little tricky because like I used to drink. I don't mean like I was an alcoholic, but when I was really in a bad spot and I needed to chill the hell out, I would like get a glass of wine or two glasses of wine. Now I don't drink anymore, not because I'm such a good girl, but because I got diabetes. So, you know, I don't know. It did something to my body chemistry and now I don't yearn for it. And I'll have a glass now and again, but I have to go to different kinds of ways. But whatever you do to give yourself some respite, I know it can seem like it doesn't do anything for you. Like, well, so what? So I'll have a beer or I'll go and I'll watch a movie or I'll go do whatever. So what? That's where the awareness and the intentionality turn it into an actual vibrational shift. So become aware as you are trying to give yourself some relief of how it feels when you're giving yourself a little bit of relief. And that's the big deal. That's the thing. So I hope that helps. Um, I mean, I went through 40, not 14, 40 years of clinical depression and anxiety. So I know how it is. But the thing is, these are grooves in our brain. They're actually just grooves in our brain. And yeah, yeah, Mar, exactly. And the more we focus on something, the more we're practicing that groove. Um, but understand something that the brain rather, has something called plasticity, which to me sounds like it's something firm and hard, but actually it's the opposite. Like you can literally change your brain. When you meditate, you're doing that. When you do my 1% solution, again, if anybody wants that free course, let me know, DM me or just put it here and I'll send it to you when I get off of here. Um, we can literally change our minds. ASL. Hi, Susan. You want it? Okay, Mar. And I'm gonna have to redo it too because now I know stuff about the brain. And I went on to Chat GPT last week and I said, here's what I did. I healed myself of 40 years of clinical depression in sure, Beth, in 5 days. And I said, so what happened there? What did I do? And I explained a little about what the parts of the process were. And they went into the Chat GPT, I call them they for some reason. Anyway, came out with this long ass thing about how the brain, I had done something unintentionally um, great, which is that I went to the center of where the energy begins. And energy is what creates our realities. Energy is what goes out into the world and either pauses things for us or um, is it icy? Remember to breathe, babe. Um, if you can go swimming, if you can do the kind of yoga which isn't really yoga, but it's just like taking your time and stretching and breathing into whatever is stretching, breathing in and and ask yourself where am I holding that I don't need to, and wherever that is in your body, you might just feel you might feel that release. I usually do. Yes, just walk. Oh God, water is so fabulous. I'm just a water baby. Yeah. And it feels like, oh my God, if I could just get the answer, I would calm down. But I have to tell you, no. Because you can get the answer, you can get the money, you can get the job, you can get the this, you can get the that, but you haven't changed inside. And before you know it, you get to go back to where you were. Queer Radio, it is good to see you, babe. How are you? I'm so glad to see you. And breath work is something that a lot of enlightened beings warn about because it can be so powerful. So if you do breath work, I would say just take it easy. Getting better all the time. You need to meet a friend of mine named Chris. Chris Proud. What the heck is her last name? But she wrote a book called Worthy: Memoirs of an Ex-Mormon Lesbian Housewife. I mean, just she spent like 27 years married and doing the religion thing and having babies, and then one of her children said, I'm trans. And she went, let's get out of here. Let's get out of the Mormon religion and let's go be us. And a huge change. She's now an advocate for, oh yeah, the book is called Worthy. So go look it up. It's on Amazon. Um, Chris Proud Davis. I think it's Chris Proud Davis. Um, it's just she's being an ally for in Washington and other places to stop this conversion therapy crap. So wounding. It was tried on her and she was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So wow. I don't know where all of you guys are, but let me invite you to something. Um that I do on Thursdays. Chris is one of those people who comes to it. I have a thing for women where it's a free weekly event, and we are doing it on the 1st, where we are doing it this Thursday. It's every Thursday, 12:30 to 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. And what it is, it's for women who have women of vision, women of leadership, womanpreneurs. And the idea behind it is we've all been stuck in corporate America for way too long. And it's a oh, oh, I see. It's okay. You can come and go as you need to, babe. Truly. Truly. Oh, oh. I get it. I get you. I've got you. Yeah. If you want, I don't know if it's on my website, but I have a 15-minute reading for $15 somewhere, something like that. If you want that, just, DM me and I'll find it for you. Or if you want a full reading, that's a whole different price point, but that's up to you, babe. But yeah, I would definitely find some groups online where you can get the support, the mental support. I think once you feel like you're not so alone with the panic, and a lot of people are struggling with it right now, a lot of people, then I think it'll give you some oxygen, some emotional oxygen. I truly do. Anyway, the meeting, it's called the Womanpreneur Co-working Meet Group, whatever it's called, something like that. But what it is we've been in corporate America too long. We've been in the only masculine side of our brain too long. And women have never been a part of corporate America, even though we've been in there and working in there forever. We've never been invited to the party, not ever. It was not created for us. Yeah, emotional oxygen is something I'm all about. Yeah, because it took me so long to start to learn it. Excuse me. So what women are really good at is supporting each other. And what we really need is to help each other rise in business in new ways. Women get 2%, 2% of funding for our businesses. Men get 98%. Think we need to help each other find new ways? Yes. So that's a big issue, right? But we also have the smaller issues, like if somebody came on at one meeting and said, I need to do this Canva presentation, but I'm just not sure about the colors and how to make this look really good. And so we spent 15 minutes as a group getting her first slide done so that she could work from that slide. So that, I just want this to be a place where I can start to build this kind of community. And at some point, I'll also provide some kind of a more robust training kind of situation. But this is free stuff. And if you want to come to that, let me know, and I will send you the registration link. Like I said, it's free. You don't have to pay anything. Nope. So that's what I've got for you guys today. This has been absolutely lovely. What did you say? The feminine in general the feminine specifically is oppressed. That's the other thing that I talk about, especially on God, Sharon Miller, is that really you? Hi. If it is and you got to go, I get it. You're in? Okay. I'll send you the registration. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, it'd be lovely to meet you in person. It's very relaxed, it's very laid back, but it's also only an hour, so I do keep the thing moving, and we try to make sure that everybody gets to say what they're needing help with at this point. Because the problem for me has been looking for answers for how to start a business, how to keep a business going, how to do marketing, how to do sales, how to do X, Y, Z, B, blah, blah, whatever. And then I end up spending thousands of dollars on something that's really not the right next step. And what I need is my posse of women to say, here's what I'm into. I need everybody's feedback so I can see it from a 360-degree angle. And then I can, and maybe somebody in the group says, well, I can teach you that for nothing, or I can teach you that for $50 or for $200 instead of 2000 or whatever, we can do a trade, like we absolutely need each other. And this one year that we're moving into, this is the last thing I'll say, then I got to go. Um, oh my God. We've got, yeah, once my spiritual mother said the world is dying for lack of compassion. And when she said this years ago, I thought that's dramatic, but I agree. I agree. If you can't give a crap about somebody else, then I can't have you around me because I can't teach you to care. I care about you if you're, you know, like if I'm with a person where they don't seem to care, I care that you get better someday, but I'm not your mama. That's not my gig. My gig is to speak the truth, to tell you that religion is crap because it keeps us down. It keeps us out of our power. It does not want us to have direct feminine contact with the divine, which is why religion was instituted. And that anything that you're thinking about yourself that is anything other than supportive is a big fat lie. Like if you're thinking, well, I'll never get there, I'll never do that, I can't do that. Lie. It's okay. We've all got it. It's the grooves in the brain. So that's why I'm like passionate about let's start shifting this stuff. Let's experience that shift. And when I did 3.5 years ago, when I realized that the the clinical part of my depression was gone and that I had done it. The weirdest part about it was that it felt normal. After 40 years, it felt normal. The crazy part, well, it's not the crazy part. It just felt normal. And then I was like, wait a second. The part that felt amazing was if I can do that, there's nothing I can't do. Does that mean that I could go out the next day and, boom, no. But it means that now my brain is different. And so I'm a new person. I'm a different person. You can do that. If you'd like to learn more about the brain and how that works, then I recommend to you Dr. Joe Dispenza. Go look at videos about Joe Dispenza and read his books. Yeah, he's really something else. But he's also a guy. And I don't mean anything really bad by that. I'm just saying it's a particular perspective. He has a lot of anchoring into the scientific and that kind of stuff. And I like that because it gives me balance. But if you want something more emotional, that's a different situation and you probably want What is her name? Martha. Oh God, what is her name? Well, you know what? Elizabeth Gilbert. It's truly different for guys than it is for girls. 100%. 100%. And we can come closer together if we all start using the feminine side of our nature and of our brain. But you see what's going on out there, don't you guys? You see what's going on out there with the women, the young women going, no, I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not dating you. I'm not marrying you. Oh, if you want me to be your mom, right? I mean, that's becoming like more and more. And I'm going, thank you. That's fabulous. And then the guys are out there going, what? I don't want them to be my mom. I just want them to be like my mother was. Okay. Do you hear what you're saying? Do you even hear yourself? Oh, crikey. So we've it's such deep work and I freaking love it. Well, we're all being thrown into the new times in the next, according to the astrologers, we're going to be thrown into quite a lot of unusual stuff in the next 2, 3 years. And it's going to require um, our transformation. We're going to have to open our minds way big. And so for those people who were like really shut down, it's just going to be a challenge. That's interesting, queer radio. You know what, Abigail? Men are still the focus in medicine. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Queer radio, yes. Oh my God. I went to see the doctor maybe, I don't know, a year ago, but the doctor wasn't there. It was like, a nurse practitioner lady, and she was awesome. And she said, there's a whole bunch of young women in medicine now who are coming together and trying to create total change because all those medications, like 98% will say, some ridiculously high percentage of the meds that are for women only have never even been tested on women, tested on men, tested on men. What? What the hell? So she's like, people are out there going, we have to retest everything because we were seen as mini men. We were seen as mini men. Like, we're just like men, but we're just a little less. No. No, our bodies are different from yours, dumbasses. So, yeah, I've learned a little bit more since then about how bad the treatment is of women by a lot of men in that industry. So, we have to become number 1, we have to work on our energy so we can rise so high that it's a no-brainer to speak up when we need to. And we also start attracting, like, I've always attracted really great doctors. Well, no, I shouldn't say always. Out in California, not so much. But anyway, I've always attracted incredibly great surgeons and stuff here in Cincinnati anyway, just not in California. California sucks for me. Hate it. Not my place to be. Um, but we have to vibrate high enough that and that comes from working on reprogramming this. Yes, and also for sure, learning to regulate your nervous system, 100%. 100%. So this is my week off of work, off of working for other people. And so I get to be on every day if I like. And I will probably be on tomorrow at some point. Um, Mar, I'm going to send you the registration for Thursday meeting, and I'll send you the course link also. And Beth, I'm going to send you the course link as well. Um, Anybody else need anything right now? Not a reading because I've been on for too long, but it's time to get off. But yeah, if anybody's struggling with depression or anxiety, then that course is free. And Janine, I'm going to send you my Venmo. Yeah, I'll DM you that. Yeah, does anybody here know how to what? Abigail says, have you heard that the magnetic north is changing? We are in an evolutionary time, and this is going to be a hell of a ride. So it's really important to keep our nervous system settled. Yeah. And that means for me, I don't know what it means for you guys, but for me, it means I deal only with what's right in front of me. Like it means that there's no time and there's no energy possible to use on worrying about what could happen. It's like, where am I right now? What am I called on to do? Electromagnetic properties. Hey, Queer Radio, did I mention to you Bill Donahue? Did I mention Bill Donahue to you? Because he teaches that the Bible, the Vedas, the Kabbalah, the blah blah blah. When you read them correctly, when you read them with the real knowledge of what's going on, you understand that we are an electromagnetic field. Like we are an electromagnetic situation, and that what the Bible is teaching us really is how to operate this spacesuit that we call a body. It's so interesting what Bill teaches. Okay. I mean, there are times when he's teaching something and I'm sitting there, I'm going, maybe I'm wrong and he's just nuts. And then he keeps talking and it's always like, no, he's making perfect sense. Because he's including science and physics and good God almighty. Okay. Oh God, I know. Well, I like smart anyone, but women. There's a We've been taking care of our worlds for so long that the difficulty for us is more like how to stop giving away the farm. Whereas when I deal with a lot of men, so far anyway, then it's just like they want me to be a mommy. And Bill is not like that. Josh of Sons of God Ministries is the young Bill. Josh, we have to allow ourselves to be magical because we are. Let me leave you with one more thought. I know I keep saying I'm leaving and then I don't. How many things do we say we believe and then we do completely everything that would not support that? So here's one for me that I've been working on. It's God supplies what I need. Well, the first thing is the head goes insane. What does that mean? I don't have to do anything but sit here and eat bonbons? That's crazy. Of course, that's not. No, but wait, what does it mean? How do I make use of that information? What am I going to do with that? How do I bring it in? Don't I have to manifest it? See, it's like, so what I've been doing is holding God's feet to the fire, so to speak. And that's like I told you, like I sat back in the chair and I went, never mind. Either this stuff is real or it's not. Either God is taking care of me or not. And doing enough is enough. Doing enough is enough. I don't have to do more than enough. And so it's really interesting to hold that and work with that. I just think it's fabulous. And I also think I'm insane. Um, because the world around me is going, I need to save for my house and I need to get this job and do this thing and that thing. Well, yeah. I just i i'm just ready. I'm ready to get out and talk to people about this, obviously. And I'm ready to be paid to do it as well. So right, I mean, it is, yeah. Okay, so that's called, for me, if I understand what you're saying, um the fine line of being able to like go into psychosis because of these extraordinary thoughts. It comes down to being very grounded. There's not one enlightened master I've met, and I've met four of them. There's not one enlightened master I've met who isn't as practical AF. Practical. And yet, Amachi, the hugging saint, she calls herself the crazy girl. I think by doing that, what she was doing, she doesn't do it anymore, but she used to call herself the crazy girl. And I think she did that as a way of acknowledging that other people are going to think she's nuts, because she grew up knowing she came out of the womb knowing who she was. And she stole her mother's jewelry and sold it to give, money and food to the poor. And she'd be beaten by her parents before they figured out who the hell she was, which is like the divine. Um, and they became her followers before they passed away in the last few years. Um, but she was always very, very practical. First question I ever asked her, oh my God, how do I get out of this depression? My mother died 8 years ago and I can't let it go. And her answer was, stop brooding. I wasn't too pleased with that. But the great beings always give you the highest answer first. Yeah, it was soul guides for you, Abigail. That's cool. Yeah. Well, guys, I think I'll go get dinner or something. I'm gonna be back tomorrow, and I hope you can join me, or at least pop in. I'm gonna do all the things I said I was gonna do, and I'm sending each and every one of you individually hugs. I'm a hugger. If you've seen Zootopia 2, I'm in love with the snake, who goes, permission to hug. So, permission to hug. Thank you, guys. Lots of love. Thank you. I usually put down GG or GGG for me. Thanks, Mar. All right, guys. See you later. And Juanita, if you're still here, thanks, honey. If anybody wants a reading, goodbyegoodgirl.com. All right, I'll go get my cats to chill out. Let's see. Here we go.